Hello, my children. Jay-Z is gone for the next 31 days. This channel will be ruled by me and my creatures of darkness. Prepare yourselves, children. We are coming. I'm just kidding with everybody. We're not really gonna do an entire month long of that. A lot of fun. But for real, to be honest though, guys, this entire month of October, every video that we're going to put out is going to be talking about a different Halloween themed animal. So every animal that, if you guys sit there and think about, okay, what animals are normally associated with Halloween? I'm not going to tell you what they all are, but I think the first one up is pretty obvious, you guys. But each one is going to talk a little bit about the animal, why it's associated with that, and then show them off and give some cool information about that, you guys. And while I'm not going to be doing something crazy like that, there might be a little bit of, it's going to be Halloween theme, and we'll just leave it at that. Well, obviously, here at Jz'sReptiles, we have a number of these very misunderstood animals. Snakes. With me today is Alpha, who is our big black boa constrictor, the IMG. And, you know, when you think about Halloween and stuff like that, snakes are one of the first ones to kind of come up in your head about that. And I never really quite understood why people are so afraid of snakes. But, you know, a lot of people are. There actually was a census taken in 2011 of people in America of what everyone's top 10 fears were. And snakes were at the number one of the list, beating out public speaking, heights, falling, and then spiders made it down on number 5, and then mice and rats were down at number 9. So for whatever reason, people are afraid of snakes more than like every other thing. And I think that's because of some, you know, stuff we've talked about in previous videos, but because they're just kind of, they don't look like people. They don't have faces, they don't have ears, and then, you know, thanks to stuff, that's a little bit probably religious based, they've just been associated with kind of dark stuff in general. Look at Harry Potter. Slytherins are the bad guys. And that's, even then, it's not so much that they're really bad. They're just kind of, well, some of them are bad. But they're just really looking out for them. And that's kind of what snakes do is, you know, they just kind of, you know, they're looking out for them. They're not going to be, they're not the prideful lions. They're not doing all that stuff. You know, they're just looking out for them. They're very protective. They're very defensive of themselves. And that's what's really cool about these snakes. But it's mostly just because snakes get associated with dark stuff. Like, for instance, even in America, this dates all the way back to the Salem witch trials at the beginning of this country, even when it was still the colonies. Did you know that there was a witch in 1692 that was called that because she had a snake familiar? A little girl named Dorothy Good in 1692 in March was accused of being a witch by people in the village because her mother had given her a pet snake, and everyone in the village was accusing her, because she learned it from her snake familiar, of biting them in their sleep. She was imprisoned on March 24th, and so was her mother and her mother's friend, and she was not released and found innocent until December 10th of that year. She was 8. So, just to show, this kind of stuff gets super ingrained in people's minds all the way that far back. And so it's up to us and cool stuff like this to sit there and think about, maybe they're not so great. As you can see, he's this big, black, scary snake. He's hanging out with me. He's doing just fine. And we got all these bright lights and stuff. And he is perfectly fine. Huh, Alpha? He's a great little dude. I love him to death. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you enjoyed our little boy Alpha. And everyone stay tuned for the next rest of the month of October for a different Halloween animal and cool stuff like that. If you have any questions, please let me know down in the comments. You can shoot me an email, Jz'sReptiles, Jz'sReptiles@gmail.com. Glad to answer any questions, anything you have like that. Stay tuned. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you're having a great month of October, and we'll see you next time.